teams expect it. It's like you do getting Timo Werner to do it, who is the only trick he knows how to do is to
running
knock the
behind.
ball, no, knock the ball in front of him, run alongside it, yeah, and then let it either stay behind him and then hope he can push it then past the defender, or he just knocks it in front of a defender, yeah, and runs like mad, and then hopes that he gets the other end of it and then just crosses it
He's a very
hopelessly.
one-dimensional footballer.
Yeah, well, that's what
I
I'm
don't
trying to
think he's got
say.
anything to his game, man.
Ange's system is made to look uncomplicated and less coherent because of players like that. You can understand what he wants to do. It's very clear. He wants wingers that realistically we could be launching balls into, and they can take the ball down under control and then get to the byline with it like a Jack Grealish or someone. But they just
I'd
haven't
rather,
got
I'd
that
rather,
ability,
I'd
and
rather,
it's
I'd rather
it's
this
killing
this thing.
us because
Hold
we're
on,
then
can you hear? Can anyone
getting
hear me?
picked
Yeah,
off on the
wait,
transition
Star, can you hear
defense.
Johnson?
No, I can't. I can't. Sorry.
No, you can't hear
Right,
you, John.
right. I'd honestly rather, because I think he's capable of doing it, bringing Bergwall in. Right.
See, he could do, but I just don't think he's gonna start him in at Old Trafford. Honestly, man.
I hear you, and you are right. And this is oh my gosh, I'm going back there again. And Ange, this is the thing that pees me off about Ange, right? Because he's like the hierarchy. Werner is going to, and I don't know. I just, because Son was overplayed. He shouldn't have played on Thursday. And I said this before the match. He should not have played, but he's playing Son.
Was he
Right?
complaining before the game about
No,
something?
it's just that it was your hamstrings, isn't it? And when the amount of games that he's played, you need to rest players and rest them properly, right? But he's not doing that, right? So the thing is this now. I don't know because Man United's front three are lethal, right?
Yeah.
Our front three on a good day is starting to do something as it's starting to. Never said lethal, right? So where it's going to be won and lost is in a midfield and a final third, in my opinion. I think we've got a better midfield in them. That's why you don't want to take Madison out of that position, right? And you bring Bergwall in, it's going to get. I think he's intelligent enough right. I really do. I think he's got enough in him to play out there, and he's
Yeah.
mentally strong. He's not like a little kid, like little whippet, whatever it is, and he'll give us some balance because at least he's going to be defensively be good, and offensively he offers something. I just don't want to see. I really don't want to see Werner out there, and I don't. I just it just it's sickening. It's like watching someone squeeze a boil in front of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That,
hear
that,
you.
that, 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 that's how bad it is. I'm sorry, I can't see anything good about him even being on the bench. That's my
You can
opinion.
really the levels just drop when he comes on as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
you
You
can
can't.
visibly see it on the team. It is
Yeah.
horrible.
You can't start Mikey Moore. I see some people on Twitter say start Mike. You can't start him. The kid. Yes, I know you're young enough, you're good enough, and all this business. But there's certain type of games where you can either make or break him. Would I, if I was a manager, start him in a game like this today because of my bias? Yeah, I would. But he's not going to do that. He's going to go for the hierarchy, and he's going to play. He's going to play Werner. Then when Werner's having a toilet match, he's going to find something good to say about Werner and say, yeah, 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 he tried whatever it is. I think pretty good game. And this is the type of things when the difference between a good manager, I didn't say he's not a good manager, and just a manager. You can make them decisions when them decisions being made. And I don't think he's capable of doing it.
No, I agree with you. I think that like it's too many mixed messages for Andrew with youth, and I'm just starting to give up with it because it's like there's always an excuse for like not playing them, but like today is the only one time I could kind of say, well, I get it today,
Mm.
but that means that if you're not playing Mikey Moore, like you're putting Madison on the left because it's like if you're gonna put Werner on the pitch, then you'd put Mikey Moore on the pitch because Werner hasn't won. He's the first player of the season to put like a 6.3, 6.4 on the sofa score. Absolutely shocking. Shouldn't be
I don't.
playing.
I don't understand how he still has supporters really backing him because it doesn't even look like he's putting a lot into games. He kind of looks dead on the ball at times. His off the ball play is just the opposite of supportive. It's like
Yeah, but
playing with
this is
10 men.
Tottenham for you.
Takes away from.
You got fans begging for Benson Court to be banned for the season, yeah, and saying, "Oh, don't give Werner too much abuse." But that's our fan base. You just have to get used to it. It's basket case.
You know what? I think you lot should put Brennan on the left. Like serious.
There's a chance he might do that. We've seen him do that before.
I
So
think he's much better off the left. To be honest with you, anytime I've watched Spurs, I think on the right is just a one-trick pony, but off the left he actually looks quite decent.
Now the thing is with Johnson, I've been saying it all along, right? I says Johnson is an inside right, couldn't say inside left, and I said when Solanke comes along, you're gonna see Johnson pulling inside, he's getting more lethal because he's got a big man to play off of him. That's his natural game. So Solanke coming and making them runs, Johnson can blindside it as I call it, because Solanke is taking his man, and it becomes so he's not really playing like an outside like a winger. And then when he needs the width, it's just they're knocking the ball around, and he goes out there to split the defense. Then when this defense is split back, he either takes his man and drops it back, and that ball comes into the box or whatever. I can see what they're trying to do. So it's not necessarily gone out there as a one-on-one specialist, but Johnson at his best. And I'm not here champion Johnson. I said Johnson's at his best is what I've seen, right? Because Solanke is there, your play is got is he can play off Solanke, and one thing Johnson has got is rapid. So is Solanke. So it stretches defense because he plays closer to Solanke. If you watch, right, when Solanke's got the ball, he's closer to him. He's not further out, pinging the ball in. So he could play off what I call them drop balls, right? But the problem is you need that balance on the left hand side. And when Werner should be coming in like what Son does, Werner's not going to be there, right?
yeah,
He's
you
just
often see
high.
him running late into the box and
Yeah,
cross attempts.
right. Werner's not going to
That's
be
time we
there.
criticised against the
Yeah,
Newcastle game.
yeah, against what's it called? Quebec, whatever you want to call him Thursday.
Karabag.
Carabag. Werner, I saw the ball was coming. Johnson was over. Werner was. He wasn't even in the box. He was. It's like he's hiding. Right. He's not running in.
Yeah,
Right. So the thing is, I'd rather because you can't take Madison out of midfield because our game will change, whether we like it or not. Our whole game will change because he's picking the ball up, he's finding spaces, he's pulling plays out of position, he's breaking lines, he's doing this, which causes Basuma's game to raise as well, right?
yeah.
And then Bentancur sits back and sweeps up. Or Saar, whatever it is. So the thing is, I'm going to say it again because I think he's good enough. I think he's capable enough. I think he's matured enough to play Bergwall out there on the left.
On the left, I thought you meant centrally with Madders on
No,
the
no,
left.
no, 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 no. What I'm saying is because then what I'm saying is because if Madison runs from the inside out on the left, Bergwall could drop in where Madison is, right?
Yeah,
Drop in and fill that space.
Bergwell
He's
presses
intelligent.
well, doesn't he? He wins the ball
Yeah,
back.
yeah, and
I'll be
Bergvall's
honest. I
played
think
on the wing when he was playing in that Swedish team. They played him everywhere, man. Anywhere in a forward position,
yeah.
left wing, right wing. He played number 10. He played him up front, false nine, bruv.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
he's good
He's
enough,
good
and
enough
and
to play anywhere, in
yeah,
my
because
opinion.
When Madison pulls to the left, Bergwall just drops in. He's intelligent enough, right? And then he's got an engine on him, so he's going to cover up and he's going to cover up for when Destiny breaks forward because Destiny is playing more like a wing back now, right? And that gives us better balance because Werner don't give us nothing.
But you know what it is, Johnson? He's good enough to play out there, bruv.
Yeah,
He's
that's
good
right.
enough to take the ball and hold it and go past someone. He'll do that naturally. It's not going to be... It's like... You can't play Pape Sarr out there. That's what Senegal have tried doing because he can't beat defenders consistently.
Yeah,
And you can
correct.
ask him, like they did at Senegal, go and beat defenders. And Pape Sarr's going to look at you and be like, I don't mind doing it here and there, but this ain't my game. But
Mm.
he was good. He gets the ball, he beats his man, he puts the ball in the box.
Yeah,
So he understands the remit of playing out there. I know what Johnson's saying, that when Madsen pushes on forward, he'll slot in behind him and play from behind him because he likes to carry the ball anyway. So it works that way, but it works also in the transition or in position where he has to get the ball and play on the wing. He can play on the wing. I've
yeah,
seen him. I've seen him in wide positions when he played for us when he crossed that ball in pre-season and we scored. He whipped a great ball in early as well. Didn't wait to fucking run it all the way down into the corner and get fucking pressed out of the ball. He just got the ball, took one man on, got his head up, put the ball in the box and scored.
yeah,
So I know he can play out there. I know he's got the intelligence to understand what he needs to do. He's not going to be fucking Kudos. He's not going to be fucking Jared Bowen, but he'll be more in the line of someone like Sule, a more intelligent winger. Like, I'm not saying Jadon Sancho in terms of like the different players, but Sancho's the kind of winger that will get the ball and he'll thread passes through. He plays from the wing, I
yeah.
think
yeah.
he'd be more like that.
If I see Ange do that, I'll give him a big hand clap. I say, well done. But I just see that
It's gonna
almost.
be Werner. It's obvious.
I'm just going to see that Werner out there. It just, I don't know.
It's gonna be.
It's stinking the place out.
I think it's going to demoralise a lot of fans if we do see him in the starting lineup.
And my thing, as I said before, someone may think I'm being cruel. I'd like him to be limping off because he's pulled his hamstring, and he's out till January, or actually out until summer. That's how bad it is.
What
Yeah,
you
because
want?
then hopefully in January they're going to buy us like some
Yeah.
10 million, 12 million star of the future, Lazario or someone like that, and get him gone. That's what they should have done anyway. That's what they should have done anyway. So at the end of the day, I know we always talk about the wages and that, but the players that they're on about buying, Johnson, some like they're on 30 grand a week wages. So even if you're paying so you're paying like 20 million, 15 million pound fee in wages, but you're paying it obviously monthly and then weekly or whatever, and you're paying 12, 14 million for these wingers, these cheap wingers, and all in the Danish Super League that Lange is looking at. We should have just bought one. We should have took our risk on trying to build a kudos up than trying to get the last dregs out of Werner, because all the good stuff's been taken. That season where they won the league, that was the last of the good Werner. Once he started getting injured after that, he was finished. And now we've got him.
Yeah, but you see people doing up like comps of 5 and 6 years ago, saying, "Nah, my baller." It's annoying, man.
Not in the Spurs shirt, mate.
Not in a
Fucking
Spurs
me.
shirt. You won't see that at all.
I'm with Johnson now.
Yeah, go on.
I would play Bergvall if I was more in the mindset of this is an attacking system. I need people that can beat people and got end product. If you put both of those players on paper, you pick Bergvall. It's an easy decision to make. But like Johnson said,
Yeah,
hierarchy and wages and Levy will all come into his decision. And I see if Son ain't playing, Werner will play. And
I think
it's
the
not
only
what you
thing
want.
really giving me a little hope with it is I do believe Ange has lost faith in him. I do see that. But I don't know. Is he going to start this game? Is he not? Highly anticipated. I think a lot of people are looking forward to seeing that lineup. Or dreading seeing that lineup.
I'm
I'm not
dreading
looking. I'm
seeing
not
it, to be
forward. I'm
honest.
not forward. I'm not looking forward to seeing that lineup because I just know.
It's a polarising one for sure. I do believe though, if Maddison has a good game, I think we can comfortably beat these. I'll be honest.
But what I will say is this,
haven't.
though, isn't it? What I will say is this: it's like the people can say, "I'm not Angeite," so for all the Angeite brigade, you know what I mean, or the Anginers brigade, the people that love Ange more than our football club now. I'm just saying this, and Ange needs 3 points. We're 10th, and the teams above us are winning games, and they're scoring lots of goals. So today, yeah, like it basically, Ange, yeah, has to accept today, yeah, it's Man United or us. Both of us cannot keep affording to fall behind, because it's all right saying, "Oh yeah, but we'll come good," and that when we play the easy teams to play, and by that time we could be 14th, 16th. So I'll say this: if Ange picks Werner today, like he could be literally signing his P45, in my opinion, because if you're willing to play players like that, like whether Ange, like, he's in the trenches, we're only 4 or 5 games in, but it shapes a picture. You just don't get to be like, oh yeah, our stats are good, yeah, but we're 10th, yeah,
Yeah,
because that
results
will be
matter
our
most.
stats are good, but we're 16th now, we're 17th now, and I'll tell you something that once we're there, yeah, everyone will regret it anyway, because then you've got to hope the next manager that you bring in can get you from there. Do you know what I mean? Back into the top half of the table. It's like the best place to be is be within the top half, and we're 10th now. So unless we stay near it, yeah, like I'll be real for you. Like I worry for Anto. He's got to win today. Like in my opinion, like taking a point, not getting beat, is acceptable, but in the reality of where we are, he needs to start winning games, like the Premier League games, the ones that count, because at the moment, there is a bit of things, he's a flat track bully. Do you know what I mean? Put him up against fucking Bournemouth, fucking
Yeah, we'll
Brentford,
go at them.
you know, Fulham at home. Yeah, he'll do you a job, but put him up against the best teams and that he can't win. And whether people like this or not, I always remind people Nuno Espirito Santo could come here without Harry Kane, without fucking Alderweireld injured and all that, bro, and do the job and get us a 1-0 victory. Do you know what I mean? Not kicking the fucking briefing board at half time, calling them a bunch of cunts like Mourinho. That's what Mourinho had to do it. You know what I mean? Like losing the game realistically at half time, 1-0 up, but Man City were absolutely all over us, as he was saying. So it's like it's not easy, but Ange's got to do it because the last three managers that really could all beat these teams. He could beat these teams with the shittest of the shit, with Lingley in defence and fucking Davis at fullback and Emerson Royale.
Dark
And we'd
days.
argue we've got better defenders than that now. So it's like Ange's got to start winning these games. Like whether you're Ange or Ange, the facts are the facts. He's
Yeah,
paid
the
to
results
manage a
need to
team.
start coming along now. Simple.
Yeah, it's like he's got to win. Like today, he's got to win because if he wins today, he's won 4 games in a row, and actually, it's a different kind of picture he's building. If he loses today, it kind of builds a pattern of so anytime you play somebody that's semi decent, you're going to lose.
Can I just say that I reckon you lot beat us today, but one thing I'll say though is if you lot ain't careful on set pieces, bro, I reckon we could nick a 1-0 win. To be honest, because from what I've seen, I don't know why. I don't know. Obviously, you lot know better than us looking from the outside looking in, but you're a shocking defending set pieces. Honestly,
I think we've got a lot better this season with set pieces. If you're being completely honest, because look at City conceding against Arsenal with Gabriel. We did the exact same thing, but we only conceded 1 goal that game. So I think set pieces ain't our biggest issue. It's more so the speed and pace that Garnacho and Rashford are going to be offering and the chaotic football that's going to be happening with both managers.
Our issue is that we needlessly give away. We're not so much bad this season, but we've still done it. Give away needless free kicks and needless corners, right?
Yeah.
And it's a percentage game. When you're when you don't know, you can't now show someone. We used to call it the wing. You've got to be. Your body's got to. How can I put it? Be like at. Let me put it this way. Be like a 1:45 position, right? That you're running off for a throw in or something like that. But he's not going down that byline because you're allowed to barge, right? He's not allowed to get down there, and we just allow players just to nick it down because they're going for that dead ball, and this is what we've got to become more sharper and cuter with. Do you understand? And also,
yeah, it's almost like I'm seeing some players just switch off.
yeah, and then
Well, they are. Yeah.
and then Man United is going to press us, and we can't keep because we've got Solanke there. You can't keep doing these short passes. Man City don't do it. There's times when a keeper gets it and it's pinged down to Haaland or down the pitch. You've got to mix your game. You can't keep playing the short pass. You understand? And when you see,
Yeah, it does
But
get you in
we
trouble.
can beat United's presser. It's not that good.
no, but the thing is this: when
This is what I mean, because in that Twente game, there was for their goal. I mean, he literally just stormed right through their midfield. Like it was nothing. That was kind of embarrassing, in my opinion, man.
I don't think they've got the legs in
Man.
midfield. To be honest with you, I mean, we should be able to dominate their midfield. Yeah, particularly if Bentancur and Basuma end up playing.
Yeah, I think if they do play and they do well, but it's like someone said earlier, they put their heads down and it's done. I think we can get at them. They look like us in that sense. We start sulking.
I think they're going to quickly start going a bit more direct. Yeah.
Do you know what it is as well? Like they will just launch the ball forward. They know they're not good enough to play, so that's where we can be caught out. And then
I just thought of something. I just thought of a way. This is with Bergwall. Bergwall takes Kulu's position. Kulu takes Son's position. Right? I know he is not out there, but he's intelligent enough. So you got him, Madison, and him and Madison out there causing bedlam. Right, and you still got Berger could drop in there, so he's not playing. He's starting out there on the left, but he could drop into a Madison's position. Madison takes his position, and Sam taking from Bergwall. There, it's very difficult to play against. That's what I would do. I wonder if he goes with that because then I'll salute him. So but it looks on paper.
Because of sending off and coming back.
Yeah, because it look
redemption and all that.
Yeah, because when they do it in Sky, they'll be saying, "Oh, where's the Coolers probably playing off the left because you're not going to move Johnson, right?" But what you do, you're like it's a pretentious position. Because you're saying to Madders, you're playing off a Kulu because Kulu's going to work back as well. So when Kulu's running back, Madison takes that position, or Bergwall could go into that position. It's like a perfect diamond. So Kulu goes into number 10 position or the 8.5 position where Bergwall is, or Madison is. That could work, and I think that'd be very difficult, very very difficult to contain. And I could see that, and I wonder if I don't know anything. I haven't seen the team. I don't know this. I haven't got any leaks or anything else like that.
It's not out yet.
But it's too obvious for it to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't really. I don't know. You know, I've never. I need to go back and look at a few of Bergval's games if you ever did play out there. I know some of you are saying it, but I'd love to see some of this footage myself.
Yeah,
Again, though, it's better than having Werner out there. Do you know what I mean? So anything works
he,
in that department.
he can play out there, bro, in that system the way that we want to play.
I'm trying to think of him now because I know in his showings he does like to take on players.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting.
He just hasn't really had the game time so far to really build a confidence and build relationships with the players on the pitch. This is why I say that, like, before all this with Dragson and the red card, it's like I had a crystal ball. I was saying that you do know that every week he just goes by not playing, he's going to just get thrown in the cup games. And both cup games, yeah, he hasn't played well. But this is to be expected because you've got a 22-year-old kid that was, well, not kid, but a young man that's just really had a season playing at the top level in a top league, yeah, in a defence. And then what you've done is you've taken him out. So by doing that, you've stopped his progression straight away. Boom, stopped, yeah. And now what you're saying is, yeah, you're going to have to be drip fed into this team. But the reality is that's never happened. Like, because let's be real, yeah, there's been a couple of games already this season where you would take Romero out, but because of his states and he's never coming out of the team.
Yeah.
So people accept that, but then they don't want to accept that he's going to be getting rusty and he's going to go backwards. Like I've always said, you keep your tools sharp. And Ange, yeah, will have to learn the longer he's in this job that the players that you care about and that you want to keep in your team, you have to give them minutes. So we'll even see Arteta give Kiwior minutes. He'll bring them on for 20 minutes just to keep him in it. And it might only be 1-0 or whatever he's winning by. But it's like he says, you have to trust all of these players. These are the players that I've chose, that I've built the squad with, and they're all part of the journey. I don't see that with Ange. Like people always make excuses, but the honest truth is bullshit. It's absolute bollocks. Because what you can't do is say that these players, I don't believe in them, they're not good enough, it's too busy of a game, da, 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 da. But then when someone gets injured or the Europa League, you throw them in and then they don't perform.
Yeah,
So
because you end up in a state of perpetually they're not ready, they're not ready.
This is why people say there's certain players that are going backwards. And it's a fair argument because, yeah, the stats and all that, but when you look at some individual players, it's not that they're going backwards. They don't play enough football. They're not integrated enough. You have to take everyone on the raft, bro.
Yeah. And this is what annoys me about
people. And I guess Quarterback got to pronounce their thing, right? And the next thing that'll be good for him is that, right, Young had 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We're gonna give you a whole match. Imagine the psychological thing that what's going to go through his adrenaline for that, right? And the manager needs to manage him right. Yeah, so right. I think you're ready now. You're going to start this game because as he keeps talking about, it's a game of opportunities, right? So now this is the time you bring him in. He took Young had 4 minutes when you want him to get more minutes. You got to risk it and say, I'm going to start him.
Yeah, because there's never going to be a good enough time. You know what I mean?
You know what it is as well, yeah?
You can always find an excuse not to.
Yeah, we talk like Bergval and that, yeah, realistically. This is what I sat there and thought. Everyone talks about, like time and all this. No, there's no time because these are the only players that we bought. These are the players.
Exactly.
We didn't buy Fabian Ruiz. We didn't buy Alex Blaine. We didn't buy any of them players. We bought Bergval, Gray, yeah. And it makes no odds if you start playing them now. Because what will happen is you get injuries anyway by Christmas. They'll be playing anyway. And you'll get what you'll get. So it's better to try and introduce them. See, Arteta is different to us, yeah. Because people say, "Oh, he only got 5 minutes," but he didn't, did he? Because he got 5 minutes and he got the extra time. So it was like almost 10 minutes extra time they played. So we got 15 minutes. Yeah, so it's like every one of those exposures to the first team is learning now. Do you understand? So then, if they have any more injuries now, and he has to play, Arteta be looking at him and kind of think he can do a job now. But we've got faith in Bergval. We've got faith in Bergval, but Ange ain't doing that. Ange will say, "Oh no, but we're fighting to be in the top 6 now," and all this. Like, I'm sorry, it's bollocks. Like these players that we're talking about, yeah, like I'm not even bought in like that. These players have been bought in to replace your Celsos and co. So he's got to start playing them for me. I can't hear any more excuses because it will come to that, and then they'll be thrown in, and like drags in, people will be on their back saying, "Oh, but this, but that." And I'll just sit there and think, well, this is what you do when you buy a load of kids and kids need to play minutes. This is the thing with Bergval, Drags and all this at their age. You either play them or you send them out on loan. It is that simple. It's no in between. Because when all these kids that you keep, if they're not playing, they're not progressing. Manu's progressing. Adam Wharton's progressing. Alex Scott is progressing. Every week that Bergval's not. They're playing minutes. They're either starting games, they're coming on for 30 minutes, they're coming on for 20 minutes, their minutes, are part of the plan. And the manager's willing to accept that if I'm 2-1 up and I bring on Kiwi or Wanyeri in that and we lose 2-2, then at the end of the day, that's part of the journey as well. Do you understand? But I'm sorry, it's like we're 10th right now, and I'm not blaming certain players, but certain players have been playing and they're not helping us. And other players have not been playing, and we don't really know what they can or can't do. I'm just got to work it out. I'm sorry. He's got to be more brave with these players. These are the only players that he's got anyway. These are the players that we've got.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
yeah. But he started both the players, didn't he? During the week, yeah. He started Dragson as well. So they get their,
but Rob, it's not just about starting games. That's where everyone gets it like so Spursy. It's like if you talk about playing kids, people think they've got to start games. It's not that, Rob. It's consistency, Rob, they need. You can't start him out the blue and then wait. No, mate. He's got to play every other game.
I do think, and I've said
he's got to start that game. And the continuity is from starting that game. You've got to give him 10 minutes in the next game. And then maybe from that 10 minutes to the next game, he might get a half in the next game. The minutes have got to be rolling. You have to have a plan, Rob. There's no plan. I've grown up in youth football and I've watched Joe Hart get a start in the fucking FA Cup, then 10 minutes in the league, then 15 minutes in the Autoglass windshield, then another start. His minutes were rolling, Rob, so he progressed. Very quickly, he was out of there. Billy Jones, I watched him go from Shrewsbury Town, have 10, 20, 30 minutes, then watch him go to Crewe, and then he'd play 45 minutes. Then he might have 10 minutes in the next game. Then, before you know it, he's been bought by West Brom. There's a rolling plan. Dele Alli got 10 minutes here and there, got a half. Got the games came and the minutes continued. That's not happening at the moment. It doesn't happen here. Let's not pretend. And as soon as you start mentioning playing kids, everyone says, "Oh yeah, but they can't start." No, mate. You got to start them. You got to give them minutes. You got to keep the minutes rolling in their legs. Like Johnson said, one of the biggest things you have to learn to control when you in football is, like Johnson said, it's the adrenaline and the emotion. You go on in these situations, your heart will beating through your chest and it exhausts you. You become tired. Your legs become jelly very quickly. You have to get used to it. You have to keep getting that in you at their age. That's why I say, if they're not playing, Rob, they have to go. And all I'm saying is, I'm not saying they have to go because they're the only players that we've got, but they have to play. There is no excuse.
I ain't disagreeing with you. I do think that. I think he's definitely under rotated in those left back and right back areas, right?
All positions.
They need to be rotated. They should be getting rotated every game, more or less. At least one of them, yeah. And he needs to be doing that in game as well. I mean, that's what I mean in game, right? And I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's still early in the season, and.
Yeah, but he's got to get in the habit. No, but that's my point. That's my point exactly. You say it's early in the season, but by the time it's halfway, Christmas, it's already too late. You're then hoping. You're crossing your fingers, closing your eyes, and hoping that if people get injured, these people can step in. They're not getting filtered in enough. You can't just start them here, there, willy-nilly. It's not how you bleed players in, bro. It's just not. It's not. And Tottenham fans have this big fear of when anybody mentions playing the youth players, they think that they have to start or they have to bench fucking Son and things. It's it's not the point at all. It's like you bring these players on to see out games and you give them 10, 20 minutes here and there, and you keep, especially Dragerson, like you can't be spending that kind of money on Dragerson and treating him the way he's treated. Like, no wonder he's going backwards. Doesn't play enough football. Ndombele played more football than him last season. Perisic did his ACL in pre-season, came back and played more minutes than him. And then people then question, why is he not as good? That's why he's not as good. People can do their ACL, come back and play more minutes than him. It's a disgrace, Rob. It's inexcusable.
But I think there's a balance, right? Because we know what we know. We don't know everything. And like for me with Dragosin, right, what I've seen, right, what I've seen is, and I get what you're saying, he needs game time and he will get game time, but maybe the reason he hasn't got as much game time is because he's not as good as everyone talks him up to be. You know what I mean? And that's
No,
a
but
simple
that's the
fact.
whole
We don't
point.
know.
That's
We
the
don't
whole
know, do
point.
we? We don't know.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Romero wasn't great when he first got here. He was a good player. He's got good because he was given the minutes. Dragson's
We'll never
got
know
here.
until he gets a
Yeah, he
consistent run of
goes six,
games.
7 games at a time not playing. I'm not judging the bloke at all. How dare I? He's gone from playing one season. He's played one season, okay, where he was brilliant. Played in the Euros, played every game, and he was brilliant. Best player in his defence because their main strength is in the wings and up front. So we can see he's a good player. But again, I'll say it. You can't expect a 22-year-old to not play for 7 games and throw him in at times and expect him to be a 10 or a 9 out of 10 because he hasn't got the experience. He's 22. If he was 26, 27, he's had 4 or 5 seasons playing on the top level under his belt, so then sure, be used to it. But he's not. This is my point. You can't judge him at the moment, and you can't talk about what you've seen and you're not seeing because he's never played 3, 4 games in a row, mate.
Mm.
It's not,
No,
it's not
I get what you're
normal.
saying.
It's not a normal place for him to be because it wouldn't be. You see, Leverkusen, they have 4 or 5 good centre backs. Yeah, they're all rotated. Yeah, so they're all pretty good. Tar, fucking Tapsoba, fucking Hinchcape. And I've got a couple of others that I don't really know that I see them playing at the back, and they're all really good. But they all get to play. They all play. As I say, one will come on for 20 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, just so they all play, and they're all kept on the journey, all kept sharp. He's never going to get any better. He's going to get worse. He's had 1 season.
We do have a history of just mismanagement.
Yeah, but you
players'
see,
minutes,
but
though, don't we?
because it's how it's been. People think it's normal. People think this behaviour is normal, and then they wonder why None, Jack Clark, Mark Edwards, just a few of the recent players. I always see Spurs fans. I wish we had them. It's because there's no plan, and people think this is normal. It's not normal. You don't manage players in this way, and that's why recently we buy all these players, and the hit rate of them actually. It's like Destiny and people like that are good because they got put in the team with a run of games. Sal got his run of games, never looked back. Destiny got his run of games, never looked back. The other players ain't really had that, but they're judged to be. People want to judge them on the same level. It's impossible.
Yeah, I'd rather see Dragosin get a run of games. Honestly, I think people need because I'm seeing a lot of people say sell him and that now. Get rid of him.
I'll be honest with
He's just
you.
wasted away and
I'll be
whatnot.
honest with you. At
It'll
this
probably be better for
stage,
his career.
if Romero signed a new deal, yeah, he might as well go. I'll be honest with you. If Romero signs a new deal, he might as well go because for the amount of football you actually get to play, you might as well just bring Alish. This is why you have to kind of agree with Levy sometimes because it's like if you got Vuskovic, if you got Phillips, if you got Dorrington, this is what I've always said. That money should have been spent, yeah, in midfield on a winger anyway. I've been saying it for ages. I rate Dragosin, but the way he's been treated and the way he will be continued to be treated while we've got Romero and Mickey shouldn't be here anyway. It's too big of an investment for a player to sit on the bench. I'm sorry. Who the fuck do we think we are? People say, oh, squad depth, squad depth, squad depth. What's the point when there's a player unhappy going backwards? He should be playing every week. He plays centre back. So he needs to play every week. I think a midfielder and a winger, you can get away with not giving them as many minutes. He needs to be learning. He needs to be running back towards his own goal, clearing defense, clearing balls. He's not going to learn. He's not going to progress. And if anybody thinks that they're going to see the best of him or judging him, I think they're deluded as well. He's 22 years of age and had 1 season and a bit playing at the top flight. He needs to either play or be sold. Like, I don't want him to go. But while we've got Romero and Mickey, he's got no future in it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, he's probably fingers crossed that
You know what
Romero
else happens? You know what else that people want to do? People want to judge him against Coventry and against fucking against York. But that's not the best version of our team. This is what Lo Celso said. You know, you want to just play me in a changed team, yeah, and where I can't be my best. How come I can't play in the Premier League and in the best 11? Well, we don't have the minutes and all this. Well, fucking sell me then. I'm not signing a new deal.
Yeah, but that's part and parcel of the food chain. Yeah. At the end of the day, when you're coming through, you're going to start in in the less risky games, the less value games, and you've got to prove yourself. You get an opportunity, you've got to take
Yeah,
it.
but
At the end of the
they're
day.
saying that, bruv. Yeah, but I'm not having that as an excuse when you're playing with Werner and all that co. It's not
I'm
fair.
gonna go further. I'm gonna go further than that. Hold on.
But that's down to our
No,
squad, though.
hold
Isn't it?
on.
No,
That's not down.
Rob, it's
Hold on,
not.
hold on.
It's not. It's not.
Hold
It's
on,
that's a
Rob.
nonsense. That is
Right,
because
hold
what
on,
you're
hold on a
saying
minute.
is now. Wait, there 1 second, because I was making the point. You're saying that that's the best version of our team. Yeah, it defends better, it plays better, it attacks better. Son, Solanke, better midfield. Benton Core playing brilliantly, but you're not playing in that team. No, we're going to play you in a team where you're next to Ben Davis when the system relies on Mickey van der Ven's pace the first time he played, yeah, and that recovery pace. Without it, you're going to be defending a lot, which we did, which he did do a good job. But the honest truth is, yeah, he wouldn't have to work that hard in the team that played in the Brentford side. We've seen him against Aston Villa. We've seen him against Aston Villa play out of position, get a clean sheet. So there has to be balance to it. And what my point is this exactly. Yeah, he is new to this league. He is new to being a professional in the terms that you're talking about coming through. He just came through. Yeah. So it's like he's not a kid anymore. He needs to play 3-4 games in a row. Yeah. And we can't give him that. And I accept that. If Romero signs a new deal, he can't. So what I say is you sell him and then you bring the kid, because it's better to have someone like Dorrington, Phillips, no offense, that you can sit on the bench and they can go and play Prem 2 in the week to keep him sharp. But he can't play those reserve games, yeah, and he's not playing every week.
Hold on, what I'm going to say is,
in your
hold
most
on, Rob.
important games, hold on, Johnson. In your most important games, do you want to play your best team? You consider your best team?
No, but I'm not saying that.
Now, hold on,
Taking
everyone.
out of context.
Hold on, I just
I'm
want
not
to say
saying
something.
that, Rob. I'm saying that against Man United, Man City, of course you fucking do. But there's nothing stopping Ange against Everton, against the Brentford, putting him in there. But you won't do that, yeah? And what your question needs to be is this, is that we don't spend much money. We haven't got 35 million to spend with a player that you're basically saying that he has to come through playing with Ben Davis. It's not fair. You're deluded to think that. It's nonsense.
Hold on, what I'm saying. Hold on.
It's the same
I'm not
reason.
deluded.
It's the same reason why Romero said, if I have to play with Ben Davis and fucking Dyer next season, I want to go now. And they said, no. We'll get a new manager. We're going to get a new centre back. And look what he said after 2 games. In the summer, I wasn't happy. I was not happy. I spoke to my agent. I wasn't happy. And I made some demands that I wanted to see for my future. And the club made me very happy. They made the changes. And I'm very happy to say, and I'm looking forward to the season. Obviously, we went on that 10-game run. So it's like I said, it's like Johnson. Johnson's going to come
hold
in
on a
and say
minute,
it.
please. Let me just come in now, Rob. Let me just come in and say this, right? All I'm going to say.
The team's out, guys. The team's out. Lolo's in. Yeah.
All right, let me put in the jumbo on.
I've got it.
Go on, Johnson.
Sorry, Johnson.
What I was going to say is, if he had got 10 out of 10 performances in them 2 games where he played in the cup, he would still be on the bench. Yeah. If he was.
Oh fuck. Timo Werner starting.
No, that's my point, Johnson. My point is, yeah, you played this position, Johnson, yeah, and I seen a very good centre back. I seen a very good centre back go from Shrewsbury to Premier League football in 3 years. But I watched his progression closely as my friend, and like I said, yeah, I'll always say it, Rob. You play them games, yeah, on the hope that you get the minutes in the league games. But it's like Johnson said, if he played 10 out of 10 because of who Romero is and the minutes he wants to play, and rightly so when he's at his best, he ain't fucking playing. So, like, in our history, okay, just recently, we've got Jed Spence paid £20 million for him, about to lose him for £8 million. Now he's just hanging about, good enough to play. Isn't he good enough? Is he good enough? There's one for you. Valise almost ruined him coming here. Do you understand? In tears. But actually allowed to play football again, yeah? Starting to sort it out. You've got Scarlett, yeah? Can't even get more than 6 minutes. You've got fucking... you got Jack Clark bought for 10 million. We'll always have excuses for why a 25 million pound player hasn't ended up going from this club for 25 million, but I don't accept those excuses. I don't accept them. I see Everton, I see all other clubs in turmoil, but they make their 40 million, they make their 50 million out of Gordon and that. You got fucking Marcus Edwards on about buying him back for 20 million. You got fucking Kyle Walker-Peters on about buying him back for 20 million. Rob, there's no track history here of developing youth players.
consistently. There's none. It's indefendable. And because you've seen it for so long, like I'm not being rude to you, Rob, like and you know, validated. I've grown up playing this game. And I've seen our players like Elliot Bennett, Ross Draper, all of them are developed. They play in the lesser games. Of course they do, Rob. But they have a day in the Premier League or whatever, or in a couple of Premier League games. They turn around to
Oh,
Romero and say, listen, Romero, you're the main man. Like what fucking Pep does. You're the main man, Nathan Ake. You're the main man, fucking Diaz. But you're going to rest these couple of games. I'm going to let so-and-so play just so they get some minutes and feel a part of it, yeah? And that you're rested for the big games. We don't do neither, bruv. Don't do neither.
oh my, you know what? Right now, I just can't be bothered not to think. I see Werner out there. Best thing for me is to see him pull up
Yeah, I
his
know.
hamstring after 2 seconds, limping. I just ain't got. I played it right, so I'm not being disrespectful because I could imagine what they said in the change room. He's done nothing, mate. He's done nothing. And this is why my respect. This is why I said my respect for Ange is why you
Mm.
see me going on like this because it's predictable what he's going to do. And it's the same one that harping on about,
Yeah,
oh, there's never a time like now. But he ain't doing that. He what's the word you want to look for? There's a word which you use. He's something caution.
yeah, I can't defend that. I can't defend I can't defend Ange picking Werner. All I can say is Werner better have a fucking amazing game, right? Because
Yeah,
fucking if he
genuinely.
doesn't, yeah, if he doesn't, you know what I mean?
I think
The heat's
I'm
back
going as far
on
as this to
everyone.
say I want to listen. I don't wish for us to lose. I'll never do that. In other words, I'm not a person that want to be my opinion to be proven right. Sometimes, please prove me right. Prove me right. I want to be proven wrong, but I'm predicting that we're going to lose against United today because of that very thing. Because there's no balance when I said that.
I did say before the game we're in for a rude awakening if
Yeah.
Werner
What
starts on
come
our
here?
left, and
Yeah, yeah.
honestly,
Because the
I've
weakness
lost a lot of
is on our
confidence
left
in this
hand
game
side.
right
Because
now.
when like this, it's terrible. It's an absolutely terrible decision.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely terrible.
It looks
But
like it is, yeah. It
And
looks like it is,
you
mate.
see,
Well, at the end of the day,
this is why I was saying that.
Werner needs to be pulling up trees today. Like end of the day, like to Ange is basically risking it all for me playing him. So he needs to be doing something that Ange can say. Playing Timo was always my first thought and all that bollocks I was saying. But I'm worried. I'm
I'm
worried.
definitely
Mm.
worried as well, and this is why I said that I rather play Mikey Moore than play Warner because I think Mikey Moore offers more than Warner. Warner offers literally nothing.
listen, we've seen the best that Timo can give us. That's something that everyone just needs to accept. We're not getting better out of him, innit? So Werner's best that we've seen, is that going to be enough to push us over the line today?
We need to hope that we don't need to rely on him. To be honest with you, we need to hope that the play,
Mm.
the attacking play, comes from your Madisons and co. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what we got. Basically, you just need to.
One thing I will say is I'm interested and a little bit optimistic about the little partnership I'm seeing develop between Johnson and Solanke.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
helping him
Well,
a
that's
lot
what I'm
as
hoping.
a
Yeah,
winger, innit?
like Johnson, Solanke, and Madison can get the job done.
He definitely didn't want to break up the Decky Madison partnership, yeah. He definitely did, but to put Johnson in, fuck me, man. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
sorry, to put Werner in, fuck me. This Werner signing, even the first one, but the second one, right?
Second one's
Right?
baffling.
It's been so divisive. It's been it is about the worst signing I think we've ever done for donkeys. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not even talking about the player. I'm just thinking about what was discussed. What was discussed in that meeting
Lange
when they,
brought him here.
when they decided.
Lange was offered.
Yeah, yeah,
Lange was offered
but
him, and he offered him to. Lange was offered him. He spoke to Levy. Levy said, "Yeah, I'll do that because it's free." And then they offered him to Ange. Ange, obviously coming from Scotland, here's a name like Timo Werner, is wowed by his name rather than what his actual ability is, and that's how he ended up here. Ange sees him as the player at Chelsea. Do you
The
understand?
6 months
Like that's what he
now
thought
the
he was
six
getting.
months, the last January when Son was away, I didn't have no problem with it. It made sense to me. I was absolutely,
Agreed. Agreed.
right. I was 100% on board with it because I said something short term fix.
yeah,
But right, I'm going to say this to you guys now. Right, from what I understand, right, allegedly, Ange asked for Werner. to take want him in for 12 months, and because he believes there's a player in him. That's nothing on the chairman. So sometimes we've got to be fair. Or on Lange.
No, Ange
Whoever,
wanted to keep him here. Yeah, Ange wanted to keep him here.
whoever made that decision, right, in the first place, and even renew it's crazy, right? Because it just doesn't fit with what we're doing. It's completely fucking. First of all, it was a cosplay, initially, all right, and that I can only assume. The only thing I can, if you break it out, the only thing I can assume is they think Mikey Moore is going to be ready next season. That's the only thing I can assume.
Well, it's a chain of events in it. They thought they're going to get Rooney Bargy for next to nothing, and then obviously he did his ACL. And I'll be honest with you, I want Rooney Bargy, but I don't think Ange would have wanted him. So I think that Ange would have thought, well, Rooney Bargy, some 18-year-old kid scoring Champions League goals and whatnot, and Danish Super League. Like I'd rather have Werner because because what everyone used to sell it to everyone. Want it? He's international. He's won the the Champions League. He's won the Premier League. I think no, just the Champions League. He's won the Champions League. He's won the fucking the German league. He's like that kind of quality for just 165 grand a week. You can't say no to it. And so Johnson said, for 6 months, when it's sold to you like that, you're gonna say yes. I'll be honest with you, you're gonna say yes. But I ain't gonna lie. From the get-go, I was always like, I don't want him here. I don't want this guy here. I know what this guy is. And then he's come here and he's like got them a couple of assists. But then people also say this, yeah, but it's the goals that he created from getting own goals and that. And it's just like he's here now, and we have to just accept it.
He's got one trick. He's got one trick, hasn't he?
Yeah, just putting the ball past
Even
people
then,
and trying to sprint them.
and that was and a low ball across
To
the
say,
even this season,
to say that he actually has one trick is saying a lot, because I don't think he have any trick.
Not this season. That was last season.
Yeah, he's done.
I think there's quite a lot of lessons to be learned from this loan deal that I really hope the club never repeats, because the first thing, right? You know what Warner did for you in the season that went by. He didn't do much. Why is it that you're going to trigger the loan deal for a person that didn't do much to go and do a loan again? Secondly,
this is what I'm.
Secondly, opportunities would always arise late inside of windows. They're free agents that end up don't have a club to go to. They're players like Chiesa who really wants to move because he's not in a particular manager's plan. Then is when you can make quick decisions, or even you could say panic decisions, and bring somebody in. You should not be doing loan deals in the beginning of the window unless the player did really well for you. And in that case, if the player did really well for you, you should be outright trying to buy the player.
Yeah. Phil, I've got a question. Right? Do you think any other club would have come in for Werner during that transfer window if we hadn't come in for him that early?
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't think there would be any other club going for him. And that's why our club...
Not the wages.
I do. I think a club in Turkey would have come in for him, put 20 million.
Yeah, Turkey.
No, I'm being serious.
No, it's true. But the level, yeah.
He would have gone to a Turkey or a Warren.
He would have gone to Galatasaray, yeah, because they just sold that good winger to Benfica. What's he called? Arta. I wanted him. They sold him for 20 million. That winger that they had, the Turkish guy, paid. Was it Galatasaray or Fenerbahce? And they sold him to Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted Arta Koglu for. He went for 20 million, Victor.
Fucking steal, isn't it, considering?
Yeah, 20 million for him. He's only 26.
Yeah, he looked decent. He was at Galatasaray, wasn't he? Yeah, he looked decent, man.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's who would have took him. They would have played him up front with they would have played like a 4-4-2, and they would have played him up front with fucking Osimhen now. And I'll be honest with you, he would do all right. He'd do all right with them. But like we're trying to hold our position in the top 6 whilst winning something. He's not good enough. Simple as that.
We didn't want to buy a player. As simple as that. We didn't want to. This has got to be like a stopgap and saying, okay, we don't want to block the path of, I don't know, more whoever, right? All right, so we're just going to put this as a stopgap, right? Yeah.
Rob's emailing fucking Ange to say, don't be starting Werner. He's sending the email in, like, I can hear the keypad going saying, don't be starting him today, Ange.
I think what it
Today's
is
not that
though
day.
with Werner, I personally
It's a
think
fucking big.
it's a fix, right? And it's a plaster, but I think we've kept the plaster on a little too long now, and it should. If we took him back on
Yeah.
a loan, yeah, we should have took him back on a maximum 6-month loan, innit? Not a fucking another full season, man.
The thing is, he's taking up a fucking place.
That-
Yeah, but you
exactly
know what
that.
it is?
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what it is? This was Levy's
Fucking me off
chance of
more than anything.
redemption after Solomon, because obviously let's just see it on Levy's eyes. If he would have
Yeah.
worked out, Levy's would scheme the deal where at the end of the season he's free. Because it's weird, it is. It's like he's got 8.7 million, 8.5 million buyout clause that he can trigger at any time. Yeah. And that can be triggered. Sorry, he hasn't got a contract break as in he can be sent back. He's got a contract break in January, though, that if another club wants to offer the 8.5 million, that he can be bought from us in January, but no one's going to buy him. And with that said, at the end of the year, at the end of this season, he's a free agent. So Levy was open that like, at the end of the day, he's getting like a 30, 40 million pound player for nothing. But mate, he'd be lucky to get 500k for him.
Who's that, Solomon?
No,
Werner.
Werner. I'm saying that we've already fucked up with Solomon. Maybe Levy's going to break even on the wages that he's paid him at the end of the season, because hopefully someone that Leeds or whatnot will buy him if he'll go there. And then Werner was supposed to be redemption in the fact that he's a stopgap, but hopefully he works out and he's that good that I end up signing him as a free agent for 190 or 90 grand a week, 100 grand a week. And like, rather than spending the 30, 40 million that I need to go and buy a decent winger, because we still need that winger. Like people talk about Jan and whatever.
I'm gonna say a hot take here. I'd rather see Brian Gill than Werner. I swear down.
I'd rather see Van Solomon than Werner, man.
But even Brian Gill, at least Brian Gill can create something. He's weak as fuck, yeah, but he can create at least.
You know what you just said there, Aiden? That's fact.
Yeah.
I've been watching Brian Gill. Brian Gill's better than Werner.
Yeah, he's balling out in La Liga, isn't he, Girona?
I would rather see
really well.
Georgian Kudu, man. I'd rather see Georgian Kudu than Werner, man.
That's pushing it, man.
This is what I mean, though. He's getting
Stop pushing
165 bags a week, and he's not even in the top 15
And
best
like
wingers in the league.
McNeil. I'd rather have Dwight McNeil than Werner.
I'm telling you, Dwight McNeil was a good player, just in a bad team. And I said that.
He's a good player. He is a good player.
Yeah, because he's a good player. Because he can retain the ball, man.
And he can do. He's got end product. He's good crosser of the ball.
Exactly.
He did score a good goal yesterday, but naturally he's a good crosser of the ball.
If Ange really wanted him, right, I would have taken that and accepted it. Like I would have taken Hudson-Odoi. I would have taken Hudson-Odoi all day long.
Hindsight's crazy though, because looking back, Hudson-Odoi.
No, it's not even hindsight. I would have taken him at the time.
Bite your hand off.
I would. Do you know what I really wanted though? Rooney Bargy, man. That would have been hard work, man. Like Rooney on the one wing, Johnson or Alderweireld on the other. Like I would have took that, because you just know that Rooney will score goals. Where we've been struggling for, he can cross the ball and everything else, but he scores goals, man. That kid does.
But I wish we went for that guy Real Madrid got, Arda Güler. I wish we got him, man.
Levy could have got him.
I don't think we would have got him, you know.
No, Levy could have got him in the January, I think it was, and he went in the summer. Go look it back, Google it. Levy, Tottenham were all over Arda Güler well before Real Madrid. And at the end of the day, like Tottenham had been watching and doing we appreciate this Turkish wonder kids and all this, and then basically he was interested in going in January. Tottenham didn't do anything, and then in the summer, Real Madrid just come and took him. Like, we'll just take him. Do you know what I'm saying? But Spurs could have got him if they wanted him. They could have got him. It's like all these players and that they watch and they're tentative, and then it's like the price changes or they go somewhere else. It's like, you know what Spurs want to do? They want to take their time. They want to do various background checks. Still end up buying the wrong player.
with all our success off the pitch with business and our awards and that, yeah, we're probably the worst club when it comes to player mismanagement. If you really think about it,
Yeah. The
because the
actual
way,
football management, the
yeah, the
actual
flow of
management of
players,
football itself is
the
horrendous.
flow of players through our club is just it's terrible.
No, I think Chelsea are worse, right?
You say that,
I
yeah,
think
but
Chelsea,
look,
but they don't give a
you
shit.
say that, but
They
they're
don't
just
give a
doing
shit,
like
man. Yeah.
a mass market kind of deal, you
No, they're
know.
just doing madness. Yeah, they're just doing madness. Yeah,
They
but
they
like,
can do
have
that.
they treated Chalobah? Gallagher, Gallagher's on fire at Madrid, Atletico, man.
Yeah, but you know what it is, though, Rob? The real truth is, yeah, other than the owners throwing in the money, they're in a position where they can. I know they've done a lot of jiggery pokery, but you want to have to look at it in the way that it really is. The way that they're
No,
doing
I
their
agree.
shit, yeah, is no different to our
Yeah,
one owner, yeah, absolutely raping the stock market, and the chairman putting all these different facets of the business, i.e., the football business, in all different accounts anyway. So the reason why Chelsea can get away with this shit, because they can say, look at Tottenham, they're building a hotel, it's not connected to their football club, but the income's going to come in there. And why have they got an F1 track? But again, the revenue is not connected to Tottenham itself, but the income isn't that. Like, bro, where's dirt is they are? Like, it's just what they're doing, yeah, is they're doing the dirt to win things, to build a football club that actually
yeah.
is going in the right direction again very quickly.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Ipswich
in
have
top four,
scored.
100%.
Ipswich have scored.
What's the score? 2-2.
2-2-2.
How long
Desmond,
left?
get in Ipswich. Who scored it? Come on, tell me.
Fuck, you know.
They're a good
No,
side,
it's
mate. They're going to
VAR.
struggle.
It's VAR.
It's not. It's
It's
not gonna go
VAR.
their way.
Oh no, was it a
Ah.
good decision or not?
Forget about it. Forget about it, man.
Liam Delap, they've got given the goal.
Is it
No, I'm
gone
joking.
VAR
I'm
or is
winding
it
up.
over?
You're a fucking
Ah,
prick, Johnson. I fucking believed I was hanging on your
Johnson,
every
you
word.
fucking wind up.
Oh, mate.
Right, get some goals, isn't it?
Johnson.
It's,
Johnson.
he's getting some goals, isn't he? Liam Delap.
Yeah, he's doing all
Yeah.
right. McKenna's getting
This
a lot
Delap
out of him,
kid's the real deal as far as I'm concerned, bruv. He looks good, mate. He's strong, he's physical, he's good on the
Yeah.
ball, he knows where the
Mobile
goal
as
is.
well. It's mobile.
I'll tell you another good player as well. Is that fucking striker that Wolves have got, the Danish guy, the Olsen, is it, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a good player. Watch him closely. He's intelligent as fuck, mate. Really good player.
Yeah.
Omar
Yeah.
Mamouche with another assist. It just keeps going on and on.
man.
Again,
Price going up,
fucking
baby.
hell.
25 million. You're talking that Frankfurt will take 25, 30 million for him now. Like,
I
Spurs should
think
just
they'll
be.
put it up, man. 30, 35.
No, because when we in Liverpool were first interested, they wanted 45 million euros, 50 million euros for him, like 40 million, 40
I thought they
million
only wanted around
pounds.
20 the whole time.
And that and yeah, as the window got to the end, they were desperate for money and like at the end of the day to buy another player, and they were willing to take 25, 30 million for him, and like 20, 25 million the rest with add-ons. So it's like, for me, like, I'll be real, if Spurs were to get Mamouche, we would instantly become a serious team.
Yeah, but you see, and this here as well goes back to the Warner deal. You don't commit $14 million to Warner so early in the window because those are opportunities that could come up down the line that are gettable solutions to problems. And Mamouche actually plays straight across the middle line. Basically, he could play right,
Yeah, he
left,
plays anywhere.
and attacking midfielder. So, like, why not? And those are the type of things I really hope that out of this Warner situation, there's a lot of lessons that we learn. Because the Warner deal is nonsense.
I think today though will be the acid test of all acid tests, because if he doesn't produce anything today, it will literally be like, I'll be real with you, like I can see him getting a lot of flack from today when he plays him, and like obviously he does shit wrong and whatever. Because when I was last there and when he fucks up and that, everyone's like, send him back to Germany, he's shit, cancel his loan. Like everyone loses their head with him. So I mean, like today.
I'm hearing, I'm hearing Calafiore. Have you heard that, Matt? Is Matt on? He suffered a bad injury, is he? Who's heard that? Is that right?
What's this, Matt?
I'm trying to find
Calafiore's
out.
injured. He gets injured a lot, though, Rob.
No, it's a big one now. Might be. I'm just trying to find out a bit more. Just popped up.
Yeah, he
If
gets
he's injured, I don't think
we'll
it
see.
derails their season too much, though. I'll be honest with you.
A knee injury. Oh, knee injury. Apparently, he was in tears after the game.
Oh,
That's come from now Arsenal.
what's he done? ACL, MCL.
Yeah, he's got bad knees.
I knew Rodri had done his ACL the
It'd probably
moment he
be his
went down, innit?
meniscus. It'd probably be his meniscus
Yeah.
again. He's got meniscus knee problems, hasn't he?
The Italian went down during the celebrations after the. They didn't jump on him again, did they? And injure another one of their players.
Oh,
Yo,
mate,
Supreme.
you'd be fuming.
Yo,
Other than the Werner factor, are you happy with the rest of the lineup though?
yeah,
Other than Werner.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Solely that
so-
left
What
wing
kind of
position.
more or less what you expected?
So no, because I want to see Basuma start. That's what I said from before, personally. 'Cause I think
I think the fact he started, I think he'll probably come on. Yeah. At some
what
point.
Basuma. Yeah, but
I
that,
think
that
if the
depends, for me,
game's
that
not
depends
going
on the.
right, he'll bring Basuma on and he'll push either Kuleveski or Madsen onto the flank, and he'll bring Basuma on. I think that's what he do. But I don't think Basuma's fully 100% because he was in his recovery boots. He was in his recovery boots last night, plugged in. So he's obviously still trying to recover from having that little bit of injury and then playing in the week. And let's be honest, we played with 10 men and he had a lot of work to do. Just hope
What do you
that
reckon?
they
What do you
start
reckon of
positively.
God?
I was just saying, I hope they start positively and they don't start playing the ball back from the centre to the goalkeeper and that, and
Yeah.
being allowed to be pressed out, because Brentford and fucking Karabag took advantage of that, and it's ended in tears twice, a goal.
The
and
thing
the
is,
man
as
being
well,
sent
if you
off.
looked at that Carabao game, a couple times Vicario did hoof up the pitch, and actually, we just regained the ball in their half. So
Yeah.
if you look at our stats, yeah, mate, if you look at our pressing stats, yeah, we should be more than happy to just hoof the ball at the pitch sometimes, because we know we're going to either get it back in their pitch or squeeze them enough till they make a mistake or something. So
I think
I
we're
don't
more
understand why we don't employ
dangerous.
it more often.
I think we're more dangerous in that situation, Victor, when we've give the opponents the ball and in
Yeah, because they're
transition
out
we
of shape.
squeeze them. Yeah. And I think there's people going to laugh. I think we look better with 10 men because it put more urgency on the ball. I.e., you can't dilly dally with the ball because there's only 10 there's only like 9 of you
Ooh.
now. Do you understand?
I said that to my mate when we was watching, because it essentially forced them to come at us, which is just what we want.
And it forced us to play the ball quicker as well because we only had 10 men. They had to be more decisive and quicker with the ball.
I do
Like,
worry
when we
about
had
this game. And
I just
go on, Rob.
I just saw that Delac goal, man. Lovely goal. Lovely step over. He scored the first one as well.
Yeah, he's an animal.
He's doing very well, isn't he?
He's a good player.
He won't.
And Hutchinson, I think Hutchinson's a really good player as well. I really like Amari Hutchinson.
He's a good player.
I think he's good.
Yeah. I mean, like, Chelsea made a mint out of that deal, didn't
Yeah, they got him from Arsenal for free.
they?
Sent him on loan.
Yeah, it's
and then the loan club they sent him to broke the bank to buy him. I think it's great business.
Yeah, within like what, 18 months, something like that. Crazy.
And he's happy because he's a Premier League footballer now.
Exactly.
He's had a new deal. He's getting paid good money. That's what it's about. Do you know what I mean? Like I say, they either play or you send them on loan, but get them a decent loan. Because look at that loan that Scarlett's got, man. Fucking hell.
Scarlett.
He's the king of getting.
Scarlett should have gone to Holland,
man.
Should have gone. Yeah, but he could have gone to Holland, man. He should have gone to Holland.
So yeah, he should have gone to 20.
Yeah, he probably would have scored a winner against Newcastle in that game. In an alternate timeline, 2-1 Dane Scarlett, 90th minute.
He would have played more, wouldn't he? They like the English kids over there. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea did a good thing flying the English flag. Obviously, all their English kids that they rated all went to Betis. If you look at all of them, even Solanke went and played there for a bit. So they like the Dutch kids. And then you got people like
Parrott, who now is really coming on again because he's struggling to score goals when he first got there. He's playing well, and they were scoring goals off his sort of creativity, but not directly from it, if that makes sense, because he was a live wire. But now it's turning into goals, and he's scoring a few goals now. So it's like the English players, it's weird, they've got quite a lot of respect over there in Holland. Like, if he would have gone there, I'm sure he would have played. He would have given more of a chance anyway than what he's getting at. Where's the Oxford United or Cambridge?
Issue is now as well, when he gets back to the club, he's going to be, what, 21?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Unless this loan changes, I worry about his future.
Funny though, isn't it? He's still banging them in for England, yeah?
Yeah. It's
Who's that?
crazy.
Scarlett?
Yeah.
There's a reason why Lancashire was kept and Scarlett went out on loan. It tells you enough.
Yeah, I just think that I just think that for whatever reason, it's not going to happen for him now at Spurs. And the best thing he could look to go and do is pick the best club in the highest division that he can get to, and ensure, having his contract, you guarantee me the minutes. And he just has to go. He has to go and do a bit of like a Parrot or whatever, like, because he will just go through the back door and he'll end up somewhere crap where he doesn't want to be, and he has to then make it. So
but Chef, we already invested a lot in Scarlett, like we at least need 2-3 million.
Say that again.
Christian, my mic is here, so thanks.
Yeah,
so we already invested like money in Scarlett. Okay, so we at least need 5-6 millions for Scarlett.
No, he was free. He didn't cost us anything. He's come through the academy, but it's just like there comes a point that, like, he ain't gonna. It's like Christian said, he ain't gonna even play ahead of Lancashire, and Lancashire's not even getting in the team just yet. But he's closer to getting there than Scarlett. And if they really believed in Scarlett that much, they would have kept Scarlett.
So you're saying club makes club makes money on academy games?
Say that again.
Like club makes profit from academy games?
Yeah, the club will make profit off academy players, but they have to play. It's like Skip was worth that 25 million because he's played. He scored goals against Chelsea. He's played against AC Milan. He's been on the bench, and he's
basically just
want
to look at him as the academy no more, or a prospect. He's an academy Premier League player instead.
Yeah, he sits. Yeah, literally, he falls in between. He falls in between being, like you say, like a professional player of a Premier League standard, or an academy player, because he's 21 now. So it's like he's getting too old to be in it.
The club have set a preference, right? And unfortunately for him, is if you're not good enough by 21, they're going to move you on. They moved on Jude, they moved on Santiago, and they done probably more in a Spurs shirt than Scarlett without even playing for the first team. Right? Scarlett at youth level was doing really well. Don't get me wrong, but he didn't. Look. You look at our academy, right? You've taken Donnelly out of that team. You've taken Mikey Moore. You've taken Jude and Santiago. Lancashire's been injured, right? They can't fucking win a game. Last season, they fucking won the whole fucking thing. If they don't think you're good enough by 21, you're gone. And Scarlett's going to be gone next year. In the summer, he's gone.
Yeah, 100%. He's 21 years of age. So he hadn't, the only good thing for him, he's had his debut in that. Do you know what I mean? He might be worth a couple of million tops with like a 40-50% selling fee. But, right, Christian's right. He's gone. He's 21 years of age now. So,
what do you guys think about Alfie Devine?
Alfie Devine?
Yeah.
I think that he's a good player. I think that, again, when you got players like Bergvall, Gray, is he better than Sarr? Probably creatively, defensively, no. So he will struggle to get in our team. Now, people might laugh at me, Do I think he could play at somewhere like Ipswich, Bournemouth? Yeah, I do. But whether he'll get that opportunity with not having many Premier League minutes to his name,
I think, yeah,
I don't see it.
I think, no, that's unfair on him. I'm not disagreeing, right? Ange don't rate Divine. He actually doesn't rate our youth players and what he'd rather bring players in. He's just been forced. He's
Yeah,
just been forced to play, and you just look on the trajectory and what he does, and the players who can't get the bench fine for 2, 3 minutes, right? So he would want Divine gone. He would want, whether we like it, he'd want Donnelly gone, right? Things
I
like
think,
that.
yeah.
I think he'll give Divine. They'll give Divine one more year to see where he goes.
Not with that manager,
I
because
don't think he'll get a
Yeah, I
chance,
agree with
but they won't
Johnson.
sell him.
now I
They'll
agree,
give him a
I
chance.
agree with
Christian, the
Johnson.
club
But
love him and
when
believe there's a
that's
player
what
in
I'm
him.
saying, John. When I say a chance, I mean they won't sell him. They're going to keep him around.
Like my
I'm
my
not saying
real
he can get
feel
minutes.
my real feeling towards Divine, and I said this, I said that sending him away was a mistake because I said come Christmas or after Christmas when you have all those run of games and naturally players pick up injuries, he'd be playing. He would be playing for our team because that's what happened with Skip. But what you've done now is like I think that Ange's playing a little bit of a game himself anyway, where he kind of says, "Well, this is the squad I've picked. There was certain players we know that he still wanted. You haven't provided those players. You either
This is his
provide them
pride
for me."
issue that we've been talking about.
Yeah. But he's playing a game, but it's a dangerous game because he'll get sacked. But he's also saying that look, those players ain't good enough, and you've already made me take on younger players. And come January, either buy me a couple more players, i.e., a midfielder, a left back, a winger, whichever the two they'll be. We'll end up buying two players. We do every January,
Yeah,
but
They
he ain't
can't
happy with the
they
window.
but
can't
but
do
but
it.
but but what I'm trying to get to is what I'm trying to get to. It's like Johnson said, you can't really do that with Divine here. But my feeling of it is that Divine should be here. He should have been given that opportunity over Christmas where he would have played. And then if he wasn't good enough, like Skip, you then probably sell him for 5-6 million.
The,
It's like
the reality
this
is
is
though,
the
Sar.
trajectory.
The reality is though, Sar, is that Davies is coming towards the end, right? We're already struggling for homegrown players, right? And if they want to be in a European competition, they're going to need them. So they'll keep hold of Divine just simply on the base of that.
Yeah, but you got the goalkeepers for that. I see it more
But
as
it's still
I
not
do
enough
see it
because
more as
Forster's going to retire, so you lost
I do
someone.
see it more as if you had like a Jose Mourinho here, yeah. Jose Mourinho would do that thing that all good coaches do that have been in a proper operation. Jose Mourinho gave him his minutes at 16, gave him his debut. But now at his age, with the if Jose, if he was in the position that Ange was in, it's not for debate. He would play Divine,
But the thing is,
and even if it's not now, he would sit down with Divine, as we've seen him do in the documentary, and he'd say to him, like he did with Tanganga, it's like, at the end of the day, you might not play now, but we're going to need you. And like he explained to the camera, it's explaining to these young players that this is the journey and they might not get their chance early on in the season, but a season's a long period of time. And as long as they can work with me to believe that they'll get their opportunity, they'll get opportunity. And he was right. He gave Divine, he gave Tanganga, he gave Skip. He played so many more young players than Ange and got to a final. But we now hold Ange on completely different standards. He doesn't get accounted to them standards. For me, Divine should be here and he should be playing because this would be the season where we find out whether he's good enough. But
Someone's
it's like
mic
what
is on.
Johnson's
Chef,
saying.
chef, we are
He'd
getting
rather
echo
just
from chef. We are getting echo from Christian's mic.
um, it's like Johnson said. It's like he
Yeah.
would rather fuck our players off and buy players in. I've always said this. Where is the next 25-30 million pound player that Spurs have raised that that funds some new players? Skip obviously has put some money in the bank that we can go and buy a new player in January with. But once that money's spent, when's the next player coming? And my honest opportunity would be is like you have to look at a position where you're strong at, where you've got talented players, and you think to yourself, right, I've got Bergval, I've got Gray, I've got Sarr, and at the old range, I've got Basuma, Benton Core, and I've got Madison. But we can afford in that position to bring a Divine in, to bring a Donnelly in, and when you're beating teams 3-4-0, you bring them on like what Chelsea do, yeah. And at the end of the season, you've already made that decision. He's probably not good enough,
But that's where your next
But
25
here
million
the
comes
thing is
from.
this, right? It's like I'm just looking on the club website that's coming from my phone, and Ange made it. Now we know that Ange is the one that wanted Werner. I says this is what brought him here because his natural position, and we're basically, I'm paraphrasing it. 'Cause I can't go on. Just go on the club app and look. That's what we brought him here because he plays comfortable there, and that's why we brought him in. That when Son is out, he comes in, right? This was an Ange decision, and as I'm going to say it again, right? I don't rate Ange. I want us to win. Don't get me wrong. And I said it again. I don't want to be proven right. I'm not here saying, please prove me right, prove me right. I want to be proven wrong. I just can't see that over the long term because I know as a fact, not an opinion, what allegedly, now because I know this thing's been recorded, so I'm being careful. What is true thoughts of the creme of a crop of young players, and that's wrong, right? He ain't gonna give him a chance. Like you really think he wanted Spence gone until the club allegedly put stamped their foot down, said no, Spence is staying and needs a proper chance. They refused to bring in a right back, right? Allegedly, they wouldn't bring in a left back because we still had Reggie here.
Regulon.
Reggie, and they said, listen, give him a chance, such and such, right? So rather than do that, he'd rather be stubborn and just play Spence at left back. Spence plays at left back, scores a goal in the week, man and match as far as I'm concerned when they come on, got us through for the cup, right? He is nowhere to be seen since. I'm not talking about the Kariba against Quavo because we know he's not in a Europa thing, right? This is what I'm just saying, and and as someone put up, I haven't got, I ain't got time for it. Spence could have been in that Europa squad, because some smart idiots. I don't mean idiots. I'm being sarcastic here. Put it up and showed how. Right. So the thing is, as I said to you, sorry, I ain't got. I want us to win every week, but I can't stand that, and I ain't got no time for him. Yeah, I'll credit him. I'll say, yeah, well done. Right, well done. Yeah, like against Brentford and things like that. I'll do all of that. Don't get me wrong. I'll credit where credit is due. And win the league and win everything. Yeah, I'll be happy. But I don't have to like a manager. But the reason I don't like him is the points that I've stated. Really and truly, you should be going to Old Trafford, right? And you should be playing. You should be playing Spence at right back. Because I'm telling you from now, what's his name? Rashford is going to cook. Rashford is going to cook Opora. Watch it today. They're going to set traps.
You did well against them last season, if that's your analysis.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rashford is on thing, right? Because I know what I'd be
scored
doing.
two, right?
I'll be double banking on the left hand on their attacking left hand side, which is our right hand side, right? Because listen, Rashford is what 6'2", 6'3", right, and thing like that is physical and things like that. I know I'll be setting up. I know I'll be setting up against them. Then you have the lopsidedness of Werner. I know what I'd be doing if I was the opposite coach, and this is what I'm saying. I ain't got. I'll come out here and say, well done. We had a good game. Everything else. Someone said, Johnson, do you like Ange now? No, I don't like him. But there's just something about him. I don't like his demeanor. Right? He's stubborn. He's the one who wanted Werner back. I know that. I know that it's come out that he wanted Werner. It wasn't the club that says let's get Werner. He wanted Werner back because he believes a full good season he could get the old Werner of I don't know, get that Werner back, right? So the thing is this now, I question his judgment, right? He's got this hierarchy that who's going to play and not going to play. Doesn't matter what blinding you are. He'd rather bring through people like Bergwijn and Gray, rightfully so. But the people like the Lancashires, although he's just come back, and Mikey Moores.
The case as well. He said that, like, end of the day, like, I've got a realistic task to do day to day, and unfortunately I've said to a lot of these young players that some of them just not going to get minutes. So like if where they can and where it's been achievable, we've sent them out to get minutes, because there's no point of players being here that are not going to play. But like, what's the point of building an academy a winning team for a manager to say that, look, these players ain't going to get minutes? What's the point? And like I keep saying to people that live in this deluded world of Tottenham with Ange, that like Ange thinks that at Levy is gonna take his checkbook and buy him the things that he needs. But he's learned now that at the end of the day, that's so far from the case. And the only money that he's actually willing to spend, and that is with a gun to his head, bearing in mind last window pocketed 50 million that didn't get spent, and then this window he's pocketed 25 million, which he's yet to spend yet. It's like he has to accept that, like Jose did, you've got to develop these players because even if they're not good enough, yeah, to be in the team week in, week out, then at least bring in the 10, 15, 20 million pounds that these players get sold for because they've got minutes. It's like, I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it because I'm not buying Declan Rice for 100 million. I'm not buying Kai Havertz, Jesus, fucking Kivior, Fabio Vieira, spending £220 million a window. Even that window where we spent €200 million, you break it down, 3 of the players were forward loans that the club had already established that they were buying, but all they did was forward them on for accountancy purposes. It's just nonsense. Like, you've got to start playing these players. Don't bring me an academy winning a squad, 2 squads with both of the trophies, and give me no players to show for me. It's nonsense. It's utter woke nonsense. And then we don't have the owners that see Beyonce and that will come here with her thongs hanging out and stuff. Levy's taking the money and building a hotel. The money that you're actually spending is from your skip sale, is from like those deals happening with Emerson Royale and Co. It's the reason why Johnson says he didn't get a left back, because he doesn't want to put the wage bill back up. He wants to bring it down. So he wants to get rid of Reggie's £100,000 a week and replace him. You player could be brought in for £50,000 a week. Like if you got Dorogou now, he'd be on £40,000 a week, 60 grand a week saved. Boom, done. But while we've got this award-winning academy and none of the players playing in the first team were getting any minutes, I don't understand what our future is anyway, because I don't see where the money's coming from. If you're not selling no players, who's the next player that we're selling next summer? Hopefully Richarlison. If you don't sell Richarlison, where's the money coming from? You know it's not coming from Daniel Levy, and you know he ain't spending any of the money that's coming in from the other stuff because it's going on his £350 million hotel. We have to develop players. It's not a choice. I have £60 million to spend next summer.
Do you think after today, Ange's going to lose complete faith in Timo Werner if he doesn't instantly have a good game?
I thought he would have done that. I thought his judgment would have done that already. But
I thought that as well, but now seeing the lineup, it is what it is. But
I think Victor, he's going to stick by him regardless. You know.
I just think that if he has a stinker of a first half, he's going to be telling what he does at half time, right? If it's just not working, yeah. All right. So a change needs happening. Will he do it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to come too late if he does. He'll probably pull out like a 70th minute sub. That's what I'm dreading as well.
Where do we beat them?
Through the middle.
See,
Through Paul Martin. Through the middle, Paul Martin.
As 20 showed, their midfield is